few words about Chartered Accountants Worldwide very briefly. There's three things we're doing. We want to promote the brand. We want to help each institute, there are 11 institutes, grow and develop. And we want to help our members. And there are very important issues like the issues we're discussing today, but also issues around portability and being global and moving around the world as we all do. So there are three very important things.
It bothers me a little bit when accountants start messing with the English language. Give me a moment just to talk about this. I was going through my research material and the subject of competence came up. Now, I want my builder to be competent. I want my plumber to be competent. I want my Uber driver to be competent. I want my accountant to be a magician. This idea of competence in accounting I find really interesting. Is competence going to be nearly enough? And my research suggests you have a different understanding of competence. It's quite a higher grade level of competence.
As you go into the future, it's instant gratification, it's technology, it's massive amounts of data. How do you make sure that you can assimilate that and be able to make decisions at the speed of light? Because those are the sort of trends that we're going to have to contest with.
What can accountants do to help deliver these most important things that the planet has at its heart today? Well, what we do better than anybody else is we measure, report and assure. And if we can actually help the planet get some of these massive issues under control, we have a secure future, because we will be relevant and younger generations will appreciate the values and skills that we bring. And I think it's issues like that we've got to look to.
And the one thing about accountants, we teach them the mechanics of business. What we now want them to do is take those mechanics and the understanding of mechanics to transform business, to create business that can, if they put their ethics in place, they have a responsibility to the society and the communities they live in to change the lives of people. I really think the accounting profession is the one profession today that has the capability to transform the world.
Yeah, I think we heard some very interesting discussions this morning. Clearly, technology is a very big factor, and making sure that the industry responds to some of the technological challenges and that it's not a follower in that process, but rather a leader and an influencer. I also think that attracting the brightest and best talent into the profession is certainly a challenge for the profession as well, but I think one that the profession is responding well to.
In that rapidly changing world, remaining relevant based on the building blocks that the profession has always had, like competency and ethics and professionalism, but also embracing the change and the developments in the market and learning how to adapt to that.
The biggest role in the 21st century facing chartered accountants is to have relevance. And that relevance means relevance to society, because business and the needs of society are not separate.
We as accountants have to acknowledge that what worked yesterday is not going to work tomorrow. To stay sustainable, it is to have an ongoing, almost a re-education, not an education from a technical side, a people education. How do you engage with the guys from coming through and the younger generation of leaders of tomorrow?
We're going to have to understand who the people are who understand this, have understandings of exactly these technologies, and then on top of that be able to exercise the judgment and have access to the rapid knowledge that we need to make decisions around that.
How do we convince the young people that, you know, the old adage of if you don't understand history, you're destined to repeat its mistakes? That's the core of what the profession is about, the integrity, the honesty and the trust that we can engender. And all of those attributes, if they're focused on, will enable us to deal with whatever it is that comes down the pipe.
Without ethics and integrity, you can't give an independent perspective, and if you can't give an independent perspective, you can't be trusted.
We're heading towards a world where the Internet of Things drives our statement of financial position, where the blockchain through a consensus network dictates what our statement of income should look like. It's real time. We've got machine learning and deep learning layers on top of that, which are immediately looking for anomalies. Those anomalies are then investigated. So it's a completely changing and drastically different world to what we see now.
So people feel technology is most relevant, but technology is only garbage in, garbage out. See, unless until you are relevant with a ethical values, standards, subject, then only we can survive. This is the my personal view.
I think the challenge is going to be the same challenge we've had in the last 100 years, and that is the determination to continue to reinvent ourselves. When you look at our profession, it is different now than it was 20 years ago and 100 years ago. And what we have succeeded in doing is using innovation, reinventing ourselves and keeping ourselves relevant to our customers.